First problem is 4x plus 8y equals 20. Oops. 8y equals 20. The second one is negative 4x plus 2y, so equals negative 30. So this problem is really already set for us. We have the x coefficients 4 and negative 4, so we can add the top line and second line. Right? When the signs are different, if you add, you get 0. So 4x plus negative 4x is 0, so we add 8y plus 2y, we get 10y. 20 plus negative 30 gives me negative 10. Divide both sides by 10. And we get y equals negative 1. Now that I know what y is, I can pick any of the two equations, replace y with negative 1, and I choose equation 1, so 4x plus, and I'm going to replace the y with negative 1. Now that allows me to find the value of x, so 4x minus 8 equals 20, plus 8 on both sides. 4x equals 28, and then divide both sides by 4, x equals 7. So point intersection is 7, comma, negative 1. I'm going to check. So to do the check, you take this point right here, and you substitute here and here on both equations, and see if the expression on the left equals the expression on the right. So first equation 1, we have 4 times 7. I need parentheses for that. 4 times 7 plus 8 times negative 1. Put that in. Sorry. 8 times negative 1. And that should give you 20. 4 times 7 is 20. Minus 28. Minus 8 equals 20. And 28 minus 8 is 20. And we're good here. The second equation is negative 4 times 7. Oh my god. Negative 4 times 7. And then we're substituting here. Plus 2 times negative 1. That should give you negative 30. Let's see if that's true. Negative 4 and 7 is negative 28. 2 and negative 1 is negative 2. And that works. So 7, 1 is the correct answer. Then we go to 4, which is negative 6x plus 5y equals 1. And then the bottom one is 6x plus 4y equals negative 10. And again, this one there's not much to do because the x's have coefficients that are opposites, and we can just add the top line with the second line. The x's go away. 5y plus 4y is 9y. Positive 1 plus negative 10 is negative 9. Divide both sides by 9. Y equals negative 1. Okay, very similar to the previous problem. Pick equation 1 or 2 to find x, and I'll pick equation 2 because I don't want to do this at negative numbers. So we got 6x plus 4 times negative 1 equals negative 10. 6x minus 4 equals negative 10. We do plus 4 on both sides. 6x equals negative 6. Divide both sides by 6, and x equals negative 1. So our point of intersection is negative 1. So now we do a check. When we do a check, we go back to both equations, equation 1 and equation 2, and we replace these two with negative 1 and negative 1. So let's see what we get. So the first one, let me change colors here. We get negative 6 times negative 1 plus 5 times negative 1, and that should give you positive 1. Let's see if that's true. Negative 6 and negative 1 is positive 6. 5 and negative 1 is negative 5. And that works out. For equation 2, we get 6 times negative 1 plus 4 times negative 1. And that should give you negative 10. 6 and negative 1 is negative 6. 4 and negative 1 is negative 4. And that works out nicely. So, negative 1, 1 satisfies this one and this one. Good. Is that it? No. Back page, we got a few more. Negative 4x, number 15 by the way, negative 4x minus 15y equals negative 17. Negative x plus 5y equals negative 13. Well, pick an easy one, so let me write like that. So we can either get rid of the x's or get rid of the y's. You pick. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. I'm going to get rid of the x's, and I'm going to multiply the bottom line here by negative 4. Let's see what happens. Well, the top line stays, so I'm going to rewrite it. Negative 4x minus 15y equals negative 17. The bottom I'm going to multiply by negative 4. So negative 4 times negative x is positive 4x. Negative 4 times 5y is negative 20y. And negative 4 times negative 13 is positive 52. I'm getting rid of the x's, so it's negative 4 and 4, so I'm going to add both lines. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0x, that goes away. Negative 15 and plus negative 20 is negative 35y. And negative 17 plus 52 is going to give me positive something, 35. Divide both sides by negative 35. And y equals negative. So, now I get to pick any equation to find x. I'm just going to pick, I can pick this one because it has positive. I'll pick this one right here. Let me shade it. So, I'll pick this one. Find y. So to find y, like I said, I'm going to pick that equation that I highlighted, made a mess out of, and I get 4x minus 20 times negative 1 equals 52. 4x plus 20 equals 52. Minus 20 on both sides. And then that goes away. I get 4x equals 32. Divide by 4, divide by 4, x equals 8. So our point of intersection is 8, comma, negative 1. Take this, do your check. Replace 8 and negative 1 here in the first equation and here, and make sure that the expression on the left equals the expression on the right. So let's do the first one. Negative 4 times 8 minus 15 times negative 1 equals negative 17. Let's see, that's negative 32, that's positive 15 equals negative 17, and indeed is good. Second equation, minus x plus 5y equals negative 13, minus 8. Oops, so replace the x with 8, minus 8 plus 5 times negative 1 equals negative 13. That's negative 8, this is negative 5, and left side equals right side. So, this point satisfies this equation and that equation. Next one is 20. 3x minus 2y equals 2. 5x minus 5y equals 10. Pick one. Doesn't matter who. I'm going to multiply, shoot. So this one actually doesn't really matter. Even if you, whichever you pick, you have to multiply top and bottom line by something to get rid of. So I'm going to multiply the top line by 5, and I'll multiply the bottom line by negative 3. If I do that, I get 15x here minus 10y equals 10. Right? If I multiply negative 3 and 5, I get negative 15x plus 15y. And then negative 3 times 10 is negative 30. So, two new equations. I'm going to add them. Right, the signs are different, so I'm going to add them. 15x plus negative 15x is 0x, or that goes away. Negative 10y plus 15y is 5y. And 10 plus negative 30 is negative 20. Divide both sides by 5. Y equals negative 4. Now pick any of the equations, anyone, to find x. Right, so pick any equation. So I'm just going to stick to this one right here. 3x minus 2 times y, which I know what it is now. It's negative 4 equals 2. 3x, this is 2 times 4 is positive 8 equals 2. Minus 8 on both sides. We get 3x equals negative 6, divide both sides by 3, x equals negative 2. So our point of intersection is negative 2, negative 4. Take this point, do your check, now that you have both coordinates. And you can either choose these two equations, the first original ones, or the second ones. Obviously, you want to work with the first two because they're smaller numbers. But if you want to work with the other ones, no big deal. So the first equation is 3 times negative 2 minus 2 times y, which is negative 4, and that should give you 2. This is negative 6, negative 2, negative 4 is 8. and that works out. Equation 2 is 5x, or 5 times negative 2, minus 5 times negative 4, which should give you positive 10. 5 and negative 2 is negative 10, negative 5 and negative 4 is negative 20. Positive 20, which equals 10, and then these two gives you 10, which equals 10. That's the answer to that. Well, for equation 1, and it was a solution for equation 2 as well. Last problem. 5x plus 4y equals negative 14. 3x plus 6y equals 6. So another one where you have to multiply both lines. You don't have a choice here. Either pick the y's or the x's. I'm just going to stick to the x's. Multiply the first line by 3. And multiply the bottom line by negative 5. This way, I get positive 15 here and negative 15 at the bottom. I can just add those two. So 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times 4y is 12y. 3 times negative 14 is negative 42. Negative 5 and negative 3x is negative 15x. Negative 5 and 6y is negative 30y. And negative 5 and negative 6 is positive 30. We can now add top line plus bottom line. That goes away, and I'm left with negative 18y equals equals 12. Will I get a fraction here? Not that we can't get a fraction. The only thing is I don't think I saw a fraction as a solution to any of these problems. Give me just 1 second. Did I do something wrong? 15, 30. Hang on a second. We'll just confirm. Give me a second. This is elimination. Let me just see. 15x plus 12y. 12 negative 42. Hang on a second. 15x plus 12y equals negative 42. That's okay, unless I copied wrong. No, that's okay. Negative 15x minus 30. Positive 30. Alright, so let's just deal with that. So I get negative 12 over here. Divide by negative 18 on both sides. And y equals 2/3. Well, let's see. Pick any equation. Let's pick this one right here to find x. So 3x plus 6 times 2/3 equals negative 6. 3x, and then if you multiply, that simplifies to 2 times 2 is 4 equals negative 6. We're going to do minus 4 and minus 4. And then 3x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by 3. And x equals negative 10 over 3. Okay, so let's do a check. First equation, right? We're going to do replace so the point of intersection is negative 10 over 3, comma 2 over 3. So we get 5 negative 10 over 3 plus 4 times 2/3, and that should give you negative 14. Okay, so we get negative 50 over 3 plus, can I simplify this? Let's just write 8 over 3 equals negative 14. I can then do negative 50 and 8 is negative 42 over 3 equals negative 14. And look at that, it worked. And then that's equation 1. Now equation 2, I'll do it here on the top. I'll replace this x value and this y value with these two values, right? Just to make sure it's okay. So I get 3 times negative 10 over 3 plus 6 times 2/3 equal negative 6. So here, when we multiply, you can simplify. This goes away. I'm left with negative 10. 3 and 6 simplifies to 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So I can write 4 equals negative 6. And that worked. So at this point, is the solution to this first equation as well as to the second equation. All right. Okay. So that's your elimination that you had to do for check of understanding on Thursday.